What's going on, everybody? RaviRamCPA again from RaviRamCPA.
I'm Devin RaviRam. Hey guys.
Hey, and we're back with vlog number 11, the effects of immigration on a country's financial situation.
Yes.
Let's start out by saying we are not for illegal immigration. We do feel that people should follow the proper channels in becoming a legal U.S. person. We'll talk more about that later in this vlog.
Right.
But for the, intents and purposes of the topic, let's dive right in. A lot of American people do think that people coming to this country, through whichever channel they come here, they think that people from these other countries are going to, quote-unquote, take a lot of the jobs that Americans would otherwise be doing. I've seen that that's not always the case. In fact, a lot of times that's not the case. A lot of times there are lower-level jobs that most Americans just will not do, whether it's in the agricultural sector, a lot of the lower-end restaurant / cleaning type jobs. They're jobs that Americans either will not do generally, or when they do it, they're just kind of doing it.
Kind of ho-hum about it.
Yeah, just they're not giving it their all. Did you want to talk more about just?
Yeah. There's, there are a lot of jobs in that same sector that, Americans will do, born and raised. Cooking, some of the kitchen stuff they will do, factory jobs, gas station attendants, waiting tables, etc. And people seem to think, it's a general census from what I've seen, that just negates the possibility of them doing that kind of job ever again. Well, the increase in population that you're going to see from having these, alien people come to your country will increase, the need for new jobs.
Correct.
So it does ultimately create new jobs. At first, there's kind of a dip, as far as, the finances of yourself. But then after that, it goes higher.
Yeah, it creates a lot of managerial opportunities for a lot of these American would-be factory guys or whatnot. Instead of going in as a factory worker, you have a chance to be a manager if you just literally do the right thing. Stay in school, get your high school education or GED, go to college, community college or something like we talked about in a prior vlog. There are so many opportunities here. There's a reason why these immigrants are coming here, because America is the land of opportunity.
Yes.
And for those of you who have been here, your families have been here, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, basically. There is no limit to what you can be here, so just go for it, do it.
Right.
The next point is with regard to, obviously, business owners, landlords. Obviously, there's no business owner or landlord out there who doesn't want to see people emigrate to this country. It's great for the bottom line. It's great on cost savings, finding tenants. Obviously, it leads to increased real estate values in the long term, especially in the big cities. They're not making any more land. That's not going to happen. So
increased revenue for owners of all kinds of things,
Exactly.
business, real estate, etc. What you're seeing problem-wise in this sense is the low wages. Because of this competition, you have these businesses that are willing to hire, unskilled or skilled laborers that may or may not be legal, and then they have a much lower cost of overhead than these people who only hire citizens. Well, that is an issue, valid, very valid, but the biggest issue there is how much it costs to own a business in the U.S., and a lot of what we're seeing as far as low wages are actually coming from people outsourcing. It's not really related to illegal aliens.
there's a lot of that. I mean, again, business owners are in this whole game to make money, as are landlords, and you got to do what's right. And as we'll talk about later in the vlog, there are much bigger problems at stake in this country than people who are here trying to make a living from other countries.
Right.
And that leads into our final topic, if you will, if you don't mind taking away.
See, we're seeing issues in this country that are much bigger than, this whole thing with DACA, and why do we have children in cages right now?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That are being separated from their families. Like, why is that a thing? I'm sorry. We're seeing that it's more expensive to do anything in this country, to own or run a business, to own a house. The housing costs are insane. E-commerce.
There was a landmark Supreme Court case, Supreme Court decision that came out last week with regard to South Dakota versus Wayfair, where now internet retailers have to worry about state and local tax filings, basically wherever they're selling their goods to, whichever state. That's that's going to put a lot of people in a bad place, unfortunately.
That's going to further break the gap between, you know, the working class, middle class, and rich class.
Right.
That's what they're trying to do. I'm sorry. Not to mention, you know, these new tariffs from China and Canada.
Yes.
It's more and more expensive to do anything. College costs are skyrocketing.
Right.
We're now relying on Domino's Pizza to fill our potholes. Like, I'm sorry. We have much more pertinent issues to deal with than this. We've heard that, we've researched this, that it's going to cost somewhere in the multi-trillions to deport everyone they're trying to deport.
Yeah.
We can't afford that. I'm sorry. Right now, we cannot afford that. We need to sort out Detroit first. We need to sort out the college stuff first. We have more stuff to do.
Yeah, you got to kind of get your act together. It's like the guy who complains about, you know, being unemployed and he can't afford to go out on first dates. Well, get your act together first. Otherwise, you shouldn't be going on first dates.
Exactly. It's a problem.
Yeah.
We agree that, you know, the immigration issue is pressing and there should be something done about it, but the way we're doing it right now is 112,000% wrong. We should not have anybody in a cage. We should not have children separated from their families. We should readdress this topic in the future after we get some more important things sorted out.
Yeah, I mean, there are people, again, in this country who have real problems, you know, single mothers, people who have certain minority statuses who have to deal with discrimination on a daily basis, just trying to get a basic entry-level job.
Women, too.
Everything, yeah. It's again, let's clean our own house before we worry about other
exactly
non-pressing items.
Yes.
So
I feel like
final thoughts.
Yes,
Yeah.
final thoughts. I'm kind of rambling and ranting in this vlog, but it's just, this is something I feel pretty strongly about.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Same.
like anybody in this country or in any country, honestly, should be able to have an opportunity to work and make themselves a better person. I feel like the way that we legalize citizens here, it just takes too long. It's too complicated. I'm all for, you know, making sure the best, most qualified people are employed here and have the best benefits. But if you're already here, I mean, we have more important stuff to do than to kick you out. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I totally agree. I mean, why don't we just use that same logic? You know, my final thought on this, we have so many Americans moving to places like Malaysia and Thailand to retire. Why don't they start kicking us out?
Why not?
Yeah. Hey, just because we have the money doesn't mean we have the right to be there.
Honestly.
Yeah.
We should treat citizenship here forward. Everybody that's here should just, honestly, in my opinion, should just be allowed to do some paperwork.
Yeah.
And then would be more selective in the future, maybe. And I think the way that we should handle it in the future is kind of like going to a prestigious university. You know, it should be hard and selective, but not impossible.
Right. I totally agree. So, for Devin RaviRam, I'm RaviRam. So long, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.